What is going on? So, anyways, I got to thinking as I'm listening to the news and I'm reading articles, I'm kind of flashing back on other articles. And, for those of you who don't know, look, from time to time, I do listen or read a lot of these Q posts because they're very interesting and I think there's something to them. But I'm noticing, and I've said this in other videos, that a lot of these different communities, whether it's a QAnon community, gold, silver community, crypto community, the dinar community, all these different communities are starting to overlap or intersect with one another as far as information is concerned. And it's weird because I'm part of all these different communities and I read a lot and I'm starting to see what looks like could be the bigger picture and how it is that Trump can afford to pay for a rate change. But it's not just him by himself, but how we can go about paying for a rate change, all right? So let's just kind of get into a couple things first before I get into that. So a couple of cool things happened to me last night, and I'm was pretty excited about it. But again, there are small things, but I'm very grateful for. One of them is I reached 6,000 subscribers in just a little over 4 months. So I wanted to personally take the time to say thank you to all of you, because I know without you this would not be possible. The cool thing about this is, look, I don't always have to agree with everybody, but I never take my followers and subscribers for granted. It's okay to agree to disagree, but I'm never rude to them, and I never lash out at them. I just don't do that. I just never could understand individuals who do that. Okay, so I want to say thank you again. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is a real honor. So 6,000 subscribers in just about 4 months. So that's really nice. And also, this is a kind of a small thing for some of you guys might know who this is. Some of you might not. But a few videos ago, I had made a comment during my video that, somebody said, how much money do you hope to get? I said, I hope to be as rich as Mr. Beast. For those of you who don't know who Mr. Beast is, you really got to go on YouTube and look him up. This is a guy who made a lot of money in cryptocurrencies. In addition to that, he's got one of the biggest and largest YouTube channels out there. And he does and I said, I want to be so rich like him that I can do like he does. And that is, he does these random acts of kindness that are cool. And I encourage you, and I'll leave a link to his channel so you guys can go check him out. It's pretty cool. I mean, he does a lot of those silly videos with friends and stuff like that, but he just does cool things. I think about a week ago or a few days ago, he bought 5 huge trucks of food, right? And he took them and donated them all to the local homeless shelters. That's just a class act, man, to do that. I've seen him go and do videos where he bought cars off a car lot and sold them to people for like 25 cents. You know what I mean? People who really needed vehicles. I just think when you see stuff like that, that's random acts of kindness if you can afford it. It's awesome. It's awesome to watch. It's awesome to see. And I'm happy that there's somebody out there like that. All right. So, anyways, I got all excited yesterday when he posted. Now, he posted a link and I went to it. And it doesn't take you anywhere, but I just got all giddy whenever I seen him posting on my, my YouTube channel. And somebody said he does these videos where he will just randomly walk up to people and give his credit card, and they have no idea what the balance is. And he says you're allowed to buy whatever you want. Just if you go over the balance, you don't get anything. And since people don't realize that this guy's got an unlimited credit card, you know what I mean? They usually try to stay within about $2,000 to $4,000 in fear of going over. But I just think stuff like that is just really classy, man. It's a class act. That's the kind of person that I want to be. This is somebody that, to be honest with you, I mean, he's hard not to idolize. All right, so he did some great stuff. But anyways, I seen a post on my one of my YouTube channels, and I'm not sure if it was on purpose by accident, but I did get all excited. Somebody thought he was fake. I said, no, click on the name Mr. Beast, and it takes you right to his YouTube channel. That's how you can tell somebody is legitimate. So I just think it's interesting that I said, hey, this is where I hope to be in my lifetime, to have enough money to be that financially secure that you can do such cool and huge random acts of kindness. And then to have the guy post on one of my videos, yeah, I was pretty excited about it. But nonetheless, so let's get into what's going on here real quick. So I want you to take a look at all these things that's going on. Okay, first of all, let me memorize you something. Okay, but oh yeah, just a quick reminder. I do this all the time. If you haven't yet, I encourage you to come join Pimpy's Investment Chat. It's a group on Facebook. I'll leave a link in the description for you to follow. In here, we talk about everything and all types of investment opportunities, including the Iraqi dinar, the Vietnam dong, the Zim dollar, cryptocurrencies, gold, silver, and other different types of financial ideas. All right, so I encourage you to do so. And again, it's the same name as my YouTube channel. So please come join us. If you have a lot of questions, these people are really good about answering them. Okay. And for the most part, everybody is respectful. Don't get me wrong. We get a troll in there every now and then. But yeah, for the most part, very respectful people. I'm grateful for them just as well. And it's one of the fastest growing groups out there. It's going up, almost 100 people a day. It's pretty quick. But anyways, so and also people keep asking me about cryptocurrencies and where to buy them. In my description, there is a link that you can go to and buy cryptocurrencies, and I encourage you to go there because you can earn like for free. Go up there and earn for free 99 up to $160 worth of cryptocurrency. The link that I leave in my description. When you sign up, you get an automatic $10 worth of cryptos. But if you scroll down after you go through the process of being registered, if you go down to where it says earn cryptos, you can earn cryptos just by watching 2-minute videos. And it's free. I told people, heck, just sign up, get the free cryptos and cash them out. If anything, what does it hurt? Okay. So anyways, I want to remind you that remember when Trump first got in office, one of the first things that Trump did was sign an executive order blocking the property of persons involved in serious human rights abuse and corruption. All right. As a matter of fact, if you go on and read this, it talks about they pretty much confiscate and don't allow anything to happen to the people's property, any of their assets. Everything is frozen. As soon as this came out, the first thing George Soros did was transfer $18 billion to his Open Society Foundation. 18 billions was transferred right away. Okay. So yeah. So anybody caught with it, and I don't know if you guys pay attention to the Nexium court case because it's kind of been pushed to the side. See, the Democrats have been doing a great job of keeping all these investigations and all these lies about Trump in the headlines along with their liberal idiot friends. And by doing so, you're missing out on things that are most important that you should know about. The Nexium Hollywood sex cult trial, one of the people that was snagged up in him is the heiress to the Seagram's fortune. She's a billionaire, and she was just found guilty. All right, I bring that up because that's a lot of money. That's not including their property and everything else. So if people get caught up, and then for those of you who are Q followers, for those of you before Q, anonymous followers, or people who just studied and actually did a research on all the evil things that were going on around the world with all these politicians, Jimmy Savile over in Great Britain, of course, Jeffrey Epstein here. These guys provided children to a lot of very rich and famous people, including the famous athletes, actors, singers, politicians. All right. So a lot of these people have a lot of money. I'm wondering what their combined fortunes are. All you have to go do is look at some of the largest donors to the Hillary Foundation, to the Clinton Foundation. And you can see a lot of these guys have billions. In some cases, Saudi Arabia people have trillions, all right? If I'm not mistaken. One of them is the richest man in the world. So if Trump is confiscating these people's monies and holding them accountable for their actions and being involved in human sex trafficking, I would imagine he's built up quite the fund. You know what I mean? It's a pretty large amount of money. Okay? I bring that up just as a thought. Okay? In addition to that, what are we seeing happening? The Federal Reserve and the Treasury just merged into a single organization. That makes Trump the head of the organization. He is now the chairman, which means he calls the shots on money. Now keep that in mind. What else have we seen? Trump expected to sign an order unleashing coronavirus funding. We're talking about trillions of dollars here, all right? Over a trillion. I think it's $1.5 trillion in funds. And there's another phase coming out that's about another $2 trillion. So people are out there going, wait, what the hell is he doing? How can he afford to do this? That's just the thing. How could any of these central banks afford to have done what they've done for so long? Where did this money come from? Who was auditing these people? The Federal Reserve, people have been trying to audit them for years, and they threatened our politicians to crash the economy if anybody tried to audit them. Literally. Because they don't want you to know what they did with the money. Okay, also, the Fed pumps in more than $1 trillion in dramatic ramping up of the market intervention. And so we're talking about quantitative easing, all right? Repo contracts. We're talking about where's this money coming from? Where is all this money coming from? Which, hear me out. Fed takes a row magically. Takes a row with the world central banks by pumping out dollars. They have been, the Federal Reserve and the Trump administration has been pumping out money like there's no tomorrow. And giving it to banks everywhere, making them liquid as much as possible. Saturating these things. Why? Why is he doing this? In addition, foreign central banks sold off more than $100 billion in U.S. treasuries as cash demand surged. And what do they want? They want U.S. dollars. They're selling our treasuries to get U.S. dollars because of these economical woes that are going on. So their position, why would countries want to own or possess U.S. dollars? Do they know something we don't know about our U.S. dollar? Is it possible that they know the same thing that a lot of people do? Don't get me wrong, I'm not happy that people are dying of coronavirus. But is this thing as serious as people say? We watch the media, but what if? Let's just throw the what if out there. What if it was just a ploy to cover a couple things? One is, for you Q followers, we know that this Friday we should all be seeing a text from Trump that says, what? The storm has arrived. Because why? Didn't Trump say he wanted this whole thing, the 10 days of darkness, to be done by when? April 10th. 4/10/20. DJT. Donald John Trump. All right? He just today deployed our military, claiming that he's going after drug cartels based on some intelligence that he got. That they plan to take advantage of our coronavirus situation and bring all kinds of drugs into our country. So he's deployed the military to go after him. He's claiming they're in Venezuela, in Mexico, and other places. And Trump's going after him. He's deployed military personnel to help in and out of our country. Is he really? Is he really? Or is this the people he's going to use to do these mass arrests? We know I think it's now up to 87,000 sealed indictments. So actually, I think it's 115,000 now. 115,000 sealed indictments. The only way you can keep these chicken heads from running without getting caught is if you just do them all at one time. There's not enough policemen out there. They're all magically calling in sick too. This coronavirus might have been a ploy to keep everybody safe by keeping them in the house, away from public, out of the public. So you don't think these people, if they're the cabal, the New World Order, the Illuminati, the globalists, if these people have been in power for so long, do you think they have any problem with killing millions of Americans just to try to find a way to blame somebody like Trump, make him a scapegoat? No, this is a worldwide event, by the way. It's not just here in the United States. So we're about to find out whether or not this is BS or not. Is this the 10 days of darkness they're talking about? Well, no, because we're told what's going to happen is Trump will send out a tweet that says, the storm has arrived. Now, for those of you who are unaware what's going to happen, if you're not a Q follower, you're not in conspiracies, just in case it does happen and you're not caught off surprise, the 10 days of darkness means you have no internet, no cell phone, no phone access. We're totally going to be in the dark because we're trying to prevent those other people from warning individuals about the arrests that are taking place. So I'm just letting you know now, in case you're unaware of this, and even if you don't believe in it, that's fine, just so you're not caught off guard. 10 days of darkness means no comms, no ways of communicating, no telephones, no email, no social media. 10 days of darkness. Why these people run around rounding up everybody that they want to get prosecuted for heinous crimes against America. And that includes those corrupt bankers who use the Federal Reserve, our taxes, bribed our politicians, and those evil politicians that pass laws that benefit their pockets. Okay? One of the things we know is Trump wants to go back into the gold standard. This is a push. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. All right? So when everybody comes out of this, they're going to be like, what the F just happened? They're going to be scared. They're not going to be excited. This is going to be a shock to the economy as well. With so many high profile people being arrested, it's going to hit the economy pretty hard. Or is it that these governments know there is a plan that as soon as we come out of this, and even though there's a shock to the system, for us to all move back into the gold standard and also to smooth things over with our great citizens, those of you who are not involved with all this corruption, a time of jubilee, a global currency reset in which Trump comes out and announces about all the arrests, letting people know that all the money that these people had have been confiscated and is going to get repatriated back into our economy. Trump's talking about doing away with payroll taxes. Is this possible? Is this all tied into one another? If that's the case, and we go back to the gold standard, you know what that's going to do to gold and silver? Man, gold's going to jump up somewhere around $15,000 an ounce minimum. You're going to see silver somewhere between 2,000 and 5,000 ounces. You don't think I'm serious? Try to buy silver right now. It was sold out. The COMEXs are empty. There's people that are, these companies that were overselling their gold and silver are telling their people they're forcing them to sell it at the current rate. Why at the current rate? And why are they forcing it? And if you don't agree to sell it, they sell it anyways. You want to know why? They oversold how much they have. But they also know that gold and silver is about to go up. So they're not going to give you the physical gold to have that they promised you. They're just forcing you to sell. Why? Do they know something we don't know? How are they going to be able to afford a global currency reset? Between all the assets being taken away, between all the money being confiscated, plus the fact that Trump is carte blanche on the printing the paper, he don't give a crap. There's got to be some kind of agreement between all these governments. They have to know this is happening. They have to know there's a bigger picture happening. And that bigger picture is we're going to do away with all this corruption. We're going to make those people who are accountable be accountable for their actions. We're going to take away the money that they stole from our citizens around the world. This is a global currency reset event. So now I totally am 100% sold that there is going to be a global currency reset. All right. This is how they're going to pay for all this. Gold, silver, confiscation of wealth from people who are corrupt. Those evil people that have been allowing the trafficking of drugs and children and sex slaves and as everything around the world. Our politicians for not only turning a blind eye to this, but also aiding and abetting this, allowing it to happen. This is why the walls were not welcomed in our south borders, because it slowed down and almost stopped a lot of the drugs coming in. Children's sex trafficking. All right? So hang tight, people. Let's just say, for the sake of it, that everything I said is 100% accurate. So when we go into 10 days of darkness, you're not shocked, you're not surprised. There should be no comms, no internet, no social media, no telephones, no cell phones, nothing. You're going to see mass panic in the cities. People are going to want to know what's going on. It's our job to tell people to just stay calm and hang tight. Should only last 10 days long. Trump wants it shorter than that, but we'll see. Okay? So, or 7 days actually. 10 days of darkness. Okay. Let's do it. I would go through all this pain, torturing, and being incarcerated in my house if I know when we come out on the other side, those evil, corrupt bastards are all thrown in jail, and they're going to have to be accountable for their actions. Those individuals who enabled these evil people to do stuff, I want, you can't just pick and choose who's going to be compensated for everything that's happened, because we're all victims one way or another, some more extreme than others. All right. So we all are victims one way or another, either through taxations or there's a lot of people out there that have survived a lot of the sex trafficking. So we're about to find out. Let's cross our fingers, and in the worst case scenario, if they do away with all these evil bastards, I'd be happy with just that. But don't get me wrong, I'd be pretty happy with the global currency reset too. So hang tight. I actually just show you how confident I'm in this. This is just me. This is what I did. I'm not encouraging you to do so. But I just bought another $200,000, 200,000 dinars. I kid you not. I was like, everything's starting to look pretty positive. But if I was going to encourage you to do anything, it wouldn't be buy more dinars. I think if you're smart right now and you do have discretionary funds, what you should be focusing on is gold and silver. I kid you not. You can get more silver than you can gold because of the price, but I'm going to encourage you. I'm not a financial expert or financial advisor. This is just my personal opinion. That is, right now, you should be stacking up because it's hard to get. And I really think that the $15,000 mark for gold and between the $2,000 and $5,000 an ounce for silver is drastically low, in my opinion. I think it's going to be much higher. Now, keep in mind, it goes up. They do what they need to do, and then the value goes down once people get their confidence back into the system, okay? So let's keep an eye on it. Okay, real quick, let's get into Iraq, because, I'll do another separate video. I don't want to bore you guys. I just thought, so this is how I think Trump's going to be able to pay. Each country is going to be responsible for making sure they exchange whatever currencies for their local people. It's going to be at whatever their currency value is. I keep telling you, everybody thinks it's going to be same around the world. It's not, because some currencies are more valuable than other currencies. The Kuwait dinar right now, I think, is the most valuable currency. So if you try to exchange Iraqi dinars, if the rate goes to $3.20, well, you might only get a couple of pennies in. Because why? Because the Kuwait dinar is just almost as valuable. Do you see what I'm saying? That's going to be the same. And I did videos about this. This misconception that everybody's going to get this huge bump. It's not going to happen. If your currency is less valuable than American currency, then you are more likely to get more of a rate than we do here in America. All right? If your currency is more valuable than the United States currency, then you're most likely to get less. Okay? But the fact that all these people are selling their treasury bonds and everything else and getting liquid, it's like they're preparing for something. What do you think it is? I think they're preparing themselves for a global currency reset. I have no doubt about it, to be quite honest with you. So smash the like buttons if you agree with me. Leave a comment. Are they positioning themselves? Look at all these articles. As usual, I'll leave the articles, links to the articles in the description for you to just go check it out yourself. These are some really bold and huge moves that Trump's making. Not just Trump, but central banks around the world. It's like they're stocking up money. These people right here are telling you how much the dollar is in demand, and Trump's accommodating them. Is there some kind of agreement? Do they know something we don't know? Let me know what you think, okay? Leave a comment, smash the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already. All right, so you can get notifications. All right, talk to you later.